Itto, and Wanderer, or Scaramouche, or whatever silly name you decide to give them. I wanted to give them one last test before they leave the banner, in a few short days, and see how well they'll do on their assigned abyss, with a little bit of restrictions. No healer. Yes, there'll be tiny bit of healing with Gorou and Xingqui, but Gorou just fits so well with Itto, I can't really take him away, and that basically ruined the absolutely no healing. So anyways, let's get into it. And of course, we're only challenging floor 12 because, well, that's supposed to be the hardest content in the game, right? Well, so I'm going to go ahead and just explain the team as I'm playing it. So essentially, I want to make use of two of Wanderer's stats that he has on his Ascension 1 passive. And that is basically extending the duration of his flying form by just a tiny bit, and then gaining a bunch of energy because I realized that every comp I build him with, I don't have his burst on rotation. Now, I know Fischl would probably help out with that, but this was my immediate response to that. I can save Farazan ult here. But essentially, we're just kind of playing Electro Charge. We got a little bit of Swirl. Now, neither of our characters, Animo, as you probably saw, will have the Viridescent Venerer set. But I don't think that's absolutely the worst case scenario, because I think Wanderer with Viridescent Venerer is best on the national team with Wanderer as the lead carry. I can probably use my burst here. Now, I know you have 2 shots with it, but I don't always think it's best to do 2 shots. I think if you, like, let's say you have a bunch of characters you're trying to group, or enemies, I would say, trying to group, it would be beneficial to use both your charge attacks. We'll just go ahead and burst, because our burst should come up on cooldown, and he should be dead in just a second. There we go. That was pretty fast. Now, everybody, I'm sure, knows this team. But we essentially have the boys squad, as I've so passionately called them. Main point of this team is just to really set up Itto, and that's all you really do, which is kind of funny. It's a hyper Itto comp. Nobody else really does, or is expected, I should say, to do a ton of damage. Albedo provides a lot of passive damage and energy with his E, and then you have Zhongli, who throws out some wonderful little meteors. And if you heard that sound effect just now, no, that is not a mod, that is me manually pressing it every time. I have a meme with my Twitch chat on how I love doing the Taco Bell ding whenever John Lee bursts, and I am so addicted I cannot stop myself. Okay, the easy floor is done. Our next concern is these next 2 floors. If you've played the Abyss this far, you know the pain. Now, I just realized with this combo, I could probably use Farazan E after I use Fischl. I'm just going to go ahead and burst right now, because that's probably going to almost kill them. We can use this too. We'll gain some energy for myself. Okay, he was almost dead. And Farazan's burst lasts a long time, and I'm actually in range of Fischl for the first little bit of that. And we'll just go ahead and burst, because we don't really need our burst. The energy production on this team is actually insane, with Wanderer's Ascension 1 passive gaining more energy, and then Fischl giving insane amounts of energy to the team. Xingqi providing a bunch of energy for himself, also provides a tiny bit for the team, and then Farazan C6 being arguably one of the best batteries in the game. Really took me by surprise there. Now with Wolf Lord. In my opinion, honestly, every little bit of damage matters. Except when you miss Ushi. Sad to say. But it all depends on his combos he gives you. So I got arguably the best combo right here, where he runs around and he's just gonna kind of be just sitting here. You can reapply everything. He's going to sit here, and then I can get my burst. Now, with C2 Itto, I can kind of do a little bit of a faster combo. If you have C0 Itto, you want to gain the 4 stacks at least. And I did that mainly just for energy. Okay, so for this one, I run Gorou actually in non-Itto comps just so I can clear these faster, because Gorou can actually clear these really fast if you don't miss. But since I have 3 Geo, I can swap off to other characters, and we can kind of just go around. Now, if you have John Lee a Tappy, if you throw it right next to it, you should be able to just get that going. Where's the last one? There. I missed another charge attack. Oh, man. That time I actually should have used, John Lee's charge E, because then I would have gained my shield for this part, but that's fine. We're not really struggling on time here. And that's finished. That was very fast. All right, elemental burst damage is probably going to be the best buff that we can ask for. Now the chicken. With all my viewer runs, this has been my least favorite guy to fight, just because, well, he's annoying. And so I would say the one drawback to Wanderer that I've noticed is that he's quite frail, and just vulnerable up in the air. Now, of course, your DPS is probably going to be frail. Now, see, this is why I do not like the chicken in this one. Because he just does that move and wastes so much time for everybody. Now, I know I don't have too much time issues on this, because I have played Itto in the Abyss, and this second half, he is just absolutely absurdly broken. But we are very low on health, so we got to kind of take that into consideration. So hopefully I get my burst here, and then we'll just pop off. I have my burst now. Alright, we're going to wait for an attack. Come on, attack me. Alright, then we're just going to... Oh, Xingqi almost died now. Alright, we just need to kill him really quick with those characters that we have. And there we go. That's the chicken done. Let's go to this final floor. Now for this one, honestly, I don't really have too many huge tricks. Just constantly be moving or blocking the enemies. And just try to, you know, try to avoid the wolves as much as you can. Because those stacks will stack up and it will kill your... See, look at my remaining characters' health. It's kind of just falling to the wayside. So if you have somebody that can stagger these guys, or even Kazuha. Now, I understand these guys are fairly immune to anything that's not Geo. They're actually very immune to Geo as well. But once you use enough Geo on them, then it drops the resistance down. That's essentially how these guys work. But they're very resistant to every other element. But Kazuha provides Shred, and he extra damage, so that's really good. But anybody to group those wolves before, those are basically like the ones that you really have to worry about those stacks just picking up a lot. Now with these 3 guys, they're just tanky, and that's the hardest part about them. They're not really super hard to predict their movements or anything, and actually with Itto team, I really just kind of just forget about their movements and just try to give as much damage as I can, and we'll just finish it in this form, I guess, or not. There we go. Okay, so... that went actually very easily. If you've been holding out on wishing this long for either Wanderer or Itto, mad respect to you, because self-control is not one of my strongest suits. But my final take on Wanderer and Itto. Now, Wanderer is super flexible with his teams. He fits into a lot of comps being Animo. Animo fits in almost every single comp. And there's actually an argument on the internet running whether or not his new set that's designed for him or Viridescent Veneer is going to be a better set for him. I'm personally in the Viridescent camp because I think buffing your team damage overall is going to be the best. But it's debatable. Your personal damage might increase damage more than what you provide for the team. I won't go into that now, but Wanderer is very flexible. Now, the cons about him is that he's very frail in the air, and his stagger versus somebody that's on the ground that gets hit by something where you can dash out of kind of immediately, even if you get hit, it takes him a while to recover, so you do lose a bit of time there, and it's kind of... a lot of stuff hits him, and since he's in the air, I just don't think it's going to hit me while I'm in the air. But overall, I think he's a good character. Now, he does require quite a bit of an investment, but weapons are kind of... there's a couple different weapons that can work well for him. Unfortunately, I think there's much better users of the classic slap a Widsith on a Catalyst user and continue on. I don't think he utilizes it as well as other characters, but he still does it well. Now for Itto. Itto is a truck. Itto absolutely obliterates like a lot of stuff. However, the cons on Itto. He's very, very, very expensive to build. And what I mean by that is you saw the team I used. That's because it is his highest damage team, and honestly, without that highest damage team, I don't know if I would have cleared as much of the Abyss as I would have. His teams require a lot of investment. His artifact sets are basically run Husk, and that's about it if you want the maximum damage output. You almost essentially need Gorou to make Itto really come online. Those are the kind of cons I have for him. Also, he is very vulnerable, but since you normally run Zhongli with the team, it's debatable on whether or not, you know, he's frail or anything. But without a shielder, he is quite open, and he is stuck in a charge attack animation for quite a bit. Also, if you don't have constellations, it does take a little bit of setup to actually get the most out of his burst before you use it. Well, that's about all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and wait, stop. Hey guys, a little bit different of an outro today. I just want to say thank you guys all for your support throughout the past year, whether it's been on YouTube, whether it's been on stream, whether it's been through the Discord, or whether it's just been a simple, you watch a video for 30 seconds, say, hey, that guy fuck. Happy holidays. Thank you again for all your support. I really appreciate it. And what else can I say but more to come.